Hey there, you and I. We're here again, aren't we? Another moment looking at the clock at the calendar and suddenly jolting. Another chunk of time is about to slip by. Or perhaps another year is drawing to a close, and that familiar feeling reappears, that lingering sense. Where on earth have I been all year? The progress I wanted, the goals I set, why do they still feel so far off? So many of us experience this feeling, the feeling of being stuck, the sense that we're like a ship drifting at sea without a compass, subject to the currents, and merely hoping that good things will happen. But deep down we know that true success rarely comes from just hoping or waiting for luck. True success is created. It comes from intentionality, from conscious choices we make not just once, but every single day. If this past year, or perhaps many years, you've felt you haven't truly broken through, haven't made the significant strides you desired, then it's time we look directly at the truth, even if it's a bit hard to accept. The problem often isn't a tough market or not having enough resources or bad luck. No, the deepest cause is often internal. It's a lack of decisive action, unclear objectives, and most importantly, self-imposed limiting beliefs. But here's the good news. The moment you recognize this, you hold the key to change. Today, right now, you have an incredibly crucial choice: remain stagnant or rise up and redefine your journey. With absolute clarity about where you want to go and dedicated effort towards it, your life will begin a transformation unlike anything you've seen before. Let's not wait for another tired New Year's resolution. What we need is a revolution. A revolution in mindset, in habits and discipline. And how does that revolution begin? It starts with defining with crystal clarity your purpose and what you want to achieve. Picture it like this. Your life is a voyage. Many people are on this voyage without a specific destination. They just drift thinking. Maybe if they sail long enough, they'll stumble upon success. But success is never an accident. It requires a very clear lighthouse beacon. A vivid picture of where you want to arrive, and that picture itself will shape every decision, every step, every action you take. Without it, life is just a monotonous cycle of repeated habits, a replay of yesterday's unfulfilled potential. A powerful enough purpose, a burning desire, strong enough, can turn an ordinary life into extraordinary achievements. There's one common trait among those who achieve remarkable feats: clarity. They know precisely where they are heading, and every action they take is intentionally aimed at reaching that destination. They don't wait for external forces to dictate their fate. They grasp the helm themselves and set their sails towards the defined horizon. Remember the story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man with a burning desire to partner with the great genius Thomas Edison. Barnes lacked resources, connections, and even a clear path to meet Edison. But he possessed one thing, and it was powerful, an absolutely clear and unwavering goal. He didn't just wish to meet Edison. He envisioned himself as Edison's partner. With nothing but unwavering determination and a clearly defined vision, Barnes traveled to Edison's laboratory and persisted until he secured an opportunity. His clarity of purpose turned his ambition into reality, eventually leading him to become Edison's esteemed partner. So how do you turn vague dreams into tangible realities? Write them down. Goals that remain only in your head are easily faded, lost in the busyness of life. But when you commit them to paper, they become real. They have weight. Dreams now have deadlines, transforming wishes into actionable plans. Specific, measurable, and clearly defined goals hold us accountable, compelling us to move forward rather than stagnate in distraction. How often have you allowed time to pass without genuine progress simply because you lacked a defined purpose to strive for? Without a clearly articulated goal, one year easily blends into the next, leaving you with the unsettling feeling of being exactly where you were a year ago. To avoid this painful cycle, begin by asking yourself critical questions. What exactly do you want to achieve over the next 12 months? Who do you intend to become? How will your life differ significantly from what it is today? Answering these questions honestly and vividly provides the fuel that drives daily action. Purpose ignites motivation, allowing you to overcome procrastination, distraction, and the inevitable challenges along your paths. The individuals who shaped the world, from inventors to athletes and entrepreneurs, didn't passively wait for inspiration or luck. They cultivated an internal fire, a burning desire that relentlessly pushed them toward their objectives, transforming mere ideas into groundbreaking realities. Having a clearly defined purpose also builds incredible resilience. Obstacles become mere hurdles rather than permanent roadblocks because your vision is stronger than any temporary setback. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to refine your plans and reinforce your commitment. When you know your destination, no setback is too great to overcome. Moreover, clarity of purpose significantly enhances your decision-making. With a strong vision, choices become simple. Any action aligned with your goal moves you forward, while anything else is clearly visible as a distraction. This laser-focused approach ensures your energy is spent effectively, consistently steering you towards your ultimate aim rather than scattering your efforts in every direction. Think about the last significant goal you achieved. Recall how clearly you could visualize the outcome. This vivid mental picture likely fueled your determination, guiding your decisions and actions effortlessly. Conversely, recall a time you drifted aimlessly without a clear goal. Notice how easily you fell prey to procrastination, distractions, and indecision. The stark contrast between these two experiences underscores the transformative power of purposeful clarity. Now is the time to take deliberate action. Define clearly what you want your life to look like 1 year from today. Imagine your ideal outcome with as much detail and specificity as possible. Write it down and commit to reviewing it regularly. Let this vision become your daily compass, guiding you steadily forward day by day. Recognize that your future depends entirely on your clarity. Today, each day spent without direction accumulates into years of lost opportunity. However, each day lived with purpose multiplies into an extraordinary legacy of achievement. Your ability to turn dreams into realities begins the moment you clearly define your vision. The journey ahead is yours to shape. With purposeful clarity, your potential becomes limitless and your path unmistakably clear. Every decision, every moment, every action taken brings you closer to your goal, ensuring your future will be shaped by intention rather than chance. Commit today to live with clear intention. Define your vision, pursue it relentlessly, and watch how swiftly your dreams transform into tangible successes. With a definite purpose, even a single year can change everything. So you have your lighthouse clearly defined, you know where you're heading. But that journey will be incredibly tough if you lack a sturdy ship and a powerful engine. That ship and engine, nothing else, is your mindset. Success, above all else, begins in the mind. Every result we experience, whether success or failure, originates from the thoughts we choose to entertain. Our mindset is the lens through which we view the world. It dictates our actions, shapes our behaviors, and ultimately determines the outcomes we achieve. Negative thoughts, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs act as mental barriers, obscuring opportunities and sabotaging potential. In contrast, confidence, optimism, and a belief in possibilities attract success and unlock doors previously unseen. Highly successful people understand this crucial truth deeply. They recognize their mind is the master architect constructing the reality they inhabit. Consequently, they intentionally cultivate thoughts of positivity, solution-oriented thinking, and continuous growth. By consciously choosing empowering thoughts, successful individuals rewire their inner dialogue to create an environment conducive to achievement and personal advancement. Achieving such a mindset isn't instantaneous. It demands consistent, intentional effort. Daily practices are essential to eliminate negative self-talk, replacing it with affirmations of capability and potential. This requires not only awareness, but discipline. Actively shifting one's internal narrative from limitation to abundance and possibility. Surrounding yourself with positive influences, people who uplift, inspire, and challenge your growth, is equally vital. Negative conversations and environments drain motivation, whereas engaging with encouraging communities fosters resilience, optimism, and progress. Additionally, feeding your mind with nourishing content, books, seminars, and meaningful conversations accelerates the development of a success-oriented mindset. Just as our bodies require nutritious food to thrive physically, our minds need enriching ideas and knowledge to flourish. Exposing yourself consistently to uplifting, growth-oriented content lays the groundwork for mental strength, clarity, and sustained inspiration. Despite understanding the significance of mindset, many individuals allow years of their lives to drift away unproductively because they succumb to fear and doubt. Fear of failure immobilizes them. Fear of judgment silences their voice, and fear of the unknown paralyzes their initiative. These fears perpetuate a cycle of inaction and stagnation, binding them to their current reality and preventing meaningful growth. However, individuals with a cultivated mindset of success interpret fear very differently. They see fear not as a barrier, but as a signal, a call to action. Instead of retreating, they advance boldly, understanding that beyond fear lies growth and opportunity. Successful people embrace discomfort, recognizing that significant achievements rarely occur within the confines of comfort zones. Their courage in confronting fear ultimately builds confidence, self-belief, and the resilience required for sustained success. Consider the powerful transformation that occurs when an individual genuinely believes in their capacity to achieve their goals. Rather than passively waiting for external validation, they proactively assume success is inevitable. This subtle yet profound shift in perspective creates a ripple effect, stimulating action and fostering a powerful sense of inevitability. Believing wholeheartedly in one's capability ignites momentum and confidence, shaping actions that align consistently with desired outcomes. In this way, belief itself becomes a potent catalyst propelling individuals toward their envisioned success. Your mind can either become your greatest ally or your most formidable enemy, a tool that either builds or obstructs your path to success. This choice is entirely within your control. If your mind dwells on doubt and negativity, it becomes a relentless saboteur, systematically undermining every potential opportunity and achievement. Conversely, a mind nurtured with positivity, resilience, and possibility thinking becomes a powerful engine, driving you steadily toward your goals. To transform your mindset effectively, begin by observing your thoughts, identify recurring patterns of negativity or doubt, and consciously replace them with affirming positive alternatives. Cultivate daily habits of mindfulness, gratitude, and visualization. Imagine vividly your desired successes and outcomes, imprinting them deeply within your subconscious mind. Affirm regularly your capabilities, your goals, and your commitment to achieving them. This disciplined practice gradually conditions your mind toward positivity, making empowering thoughts your default setting. Over time, this relentless positivity translates into tangible, measurable results in every aspect of your life: career, relationships, health, and personal growth. Ultimately, remember that the most successful individuals don't merely react to external circumstances. They proactively create their realities from within. They recognize that the mind, when correctly harnessed, is an unlimited reservoir of potential waiting to be tapped. Embrace this fundamental truth, invest deliberately in nurturing your mindset, and watch as opportunities multiply and your goals transform from distant dreams into vibrant living realities. All right. So you've got your clear destination. You're forging a mindset that believes it's possible. But so often between good intentions and actual action, there exists a chasm. That chasm very frequently is waiting for the right time. One of the biggest reasons people waste years of their lives is the illusion of the perfect moment. They convince themselves they will begin when conditions are just right, when they have more time, more money, more experience, or more confidence. But here's the truth. The perfect moment does not exist. Life is a constant ebb and flow of uncertainty, challenges, and unexpected changes. Those who achieve success are not the ones who wait for the ideal circumstances. They are the ones who take action. Despite uncertainty, procrastination isn't a logical delay. It's fear in disguise. It convinces people that postponing action is the responsible choice, But in reality, it becomes a cycle that keeps them stuck for years. The fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of the unknown create an invisible barrier that stops people from making progress. However, the most successful individuals understand that hesitation is the enemy of achievement. They do not wait for perfect conditions, they create them. They start with whatever resources they have, make mistakes, learn from them, and refine their approach along the way. For them, progress matters more than perfection. Every year, millions of people set ambitious goals, whether it's starting a business, getting in shape, learning a new skill, or changing careers, yet few follow through. The difference between those who succeed and those who regret wasted years is a single decision to act despite uncertainty. Challenges, setbacks, and obstacles will always exist, but waiting for them to disappear only leads to stagnation. The only guaranteed way to waste another year is to keep waiting. The moment action is taken, something powerful happens. Momentum begins to build. Opportunities that once seemed distant start to appear. Confidence, which once felt lacking, starts to grow. Small steps compound into significant progress, and what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. This is how real transformation happens, not in an instant, but through the commitment to act, despite fear, doubt, and imperfection. Think about the most influential figures in history. They did not achieve greatness by waiting for perfect conditions. They took risks, faced uncertainty, and pushed forward, even when success seemed unlikely. Entrepreneurs launch businesses with limited capital. Artists create masterpieces without waiting for inspiration to strike. Athletes train even on days when they feel unmotivated. The common thread among all these individuals is their refusal to let procrastination dictate their destiny. The idea of needing more time is one of the most common excuses people use to delay action. Yet the harsh reality is that time is never the problem. Priorities are. If something truly matters, action will be taken regardless of how busy life gets. The truth is, people make time for what is important to them. If someone can spend hours engaging in unproductive activities, then they have time to work toward their goals. It's not about having more time. It's about using the time available wisely. Another deceptive excuse is the belief that more experience or knowledge is needed before taking action. While preparation is valuable, it should never become a crutch for inaction. No one starts as an expert. The best way to gain experience is to begin and learn through real-world application. Waiting to feel fully prepared is a trap because mastery comes from doing, not from waiting. Confidence is another major barrier. Many people believe they must feel confident before they start. But confidence is not a prerequisite for action. It is a byproduct of it. The more action you take, the more competence grows, and with competence comes confidence. The problem with waiting for confidence before taking action is that it rarely arrives on its own. The only way to build it is to take steps forward, even while feeling uncertain. The fear of failure is perhaps the most paralyzing reason people hesitate. No one wants to fail. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. Every failure is a lesson, a stepping stone, and an opportunity to refine your approach. The biggest mistake is not failing. It is failing to start. Those who embrace failure as part of the journey ultimately reach success, while those who avoid it remain stuck in the same place year after year. There is also the illusion that conditions will improve with time. Many believe that in a few months or a year, life will be more stable. The path will be clearer, and circumstances will be better suited for action. But in reality, challenges and uncertainties never disappear. They simply change form. Waiting only leads to missed opportunities and deeper regret. The most powerful decision anyone can make is to start now. No matter how small the first step is, there will always be reasons to wait. But the ones who push past hesitation are the ones who achieve what others only dream of. If there is something important you have been putting off, stop waiting. Take the first step today. The perfect moment is an illusion, but action is real, and it is the only thing that turns dreams into reality. Excellent, so we've talked about clear goals. the power of a positive mindset, and why there's never a perfect moment. Next, we're going to look at a factor that's often overlooked, yet has a huge impact on your journey. That factor is the people you allow around you. The people one spends the most time with have a direct impact on their success. Whether consciously or unconsciously, the attitudes, habits, and mindsets of those around us shape our own. If surrounded by negative, unmotivated individuals, it becomes difficult to grow. Their pessimism, lack of ambition, and excuses create an environment where mediocrity is the norm. However, when one is surrounded by ambitious, goal-driven people, success becomes the expectation. Their energy, discipline, and relentless drive set a standard that encourages growth. The fastest way to level up in life is to upgrade your circle of influence. Those who achieve success understand the power of relationships. They do not leave their social environment to chance. Instead, they seek out mentors who can guide them. Join mastermind groups filled with like-minded individuals and build networks that challenge them to improve. They prioritize accountability, knowing that when they surround themselves with winners, they are more likely to become one. On the other hand, those who remain stuck often do so because they allow their environment to dictate their potential. They stay in circles that reinforce bad habits, validate excuses, and discourage risk-taking. The difference between success and failure is often a matter of association. Success is contagious, and so is failure. The habits, beliefs, and work ethic of those around us subtly influence our own. This is why one of the most critical decisions a person can make is choosing who to spend time with. The key is to be intentional about relationships. Time is your most valuable resource, and it should be invested in people who inspire growth, challenge limiting beliefs, and provide support during difficult times. Conversely, it is equally important to distance oneself from those who drain energy, spread negativity, or discourage ambition. Every relationship either contributes to success or hinders it. There is no neutrality when it comes to influence. One of the most powerful tools for success is mentorship. A mentor is someone who has already achieved what one aspires to accomplish. They have experience, wisdom, and insights that can dramatically shorten the learning curve. The right mentor can prevent costly mistakes, provide guidance during setbacks, and open doors to opportunities that would otherwise remain inaccessible. Successful people actively seek mentorship because they understand that learning from someone else's experience is far more efficient than trying to figure everything out alone. Mastermind groups and professional networks are equally valuable. Being part of a community that shares similar goals creates accountability. When surrounded by people who are striving for excellence, it becomes difficult to settle for mediocrity. These groups provide motivation, support, and constructive feedback that accelerate progress. They also serve as a reminder that struggles are part of the journey, and overcoming them is possible with the right mindset and strategy. On the flip side, negative environments have the opposite effect. Spending time with individuals who complain, procrastinate, or avoid responsibility reinforces those same behaviors. It normalizes mediocrity and creates a subconscious belief that success is unattainable. The mind adapts to the standards of its environment. If everyone around us is comfortable with stagnation, it becomes difficult to break free from that mindset. This is why many people remain stuck in unfulfilling jobs, unhealthy habits, or toxic relationships, because their social environment supports it. Recognizing the impact of social influence is the first step, but action is what creates change. Upgrading your circle requires intentional effort. It begins by assessing current relationships. Ask, who are the 5 people I spend the most time with? Do they encourage my growth or hold me back? Do they inspire me to push beyond my limits, or do they reinforce my fears and doubts? The answers to these questions will reveal whether your current environment is a source of strength or an obstacle to success. If the realization is that your current circle is limiting, it's time to make changes. Seek out new connections, attend networking events, join organizations, enroll in personal development programs, or reach out to individuals who align with your desired goals. It is also essential to establish boundaries with negative influences. While cutting ties may not always be necessary, limiting exposure to toxic energy is crucial. It is possible to remain cordial with certain individuals without allowing their mindset to seep into your own. The goal is not to isolate yourself, but to create an environment that fosters growth, positivity, and ambition. 1 year from now, your life will reflect the habits, mindset, and influences that exist today. If you are surrounded by those who strive for greatness, it is likely you will make significant progress. But if you are surrounded by people who embrace excuses and complacency, another year will pass with little to no change. The choice is clear. Level up your circle, and success will follow. So you've got the lighthouse guiding the way, goals, a sturdy ship and engine mindset, and you have the right crew and navigator, mentors/community. Now all of that only matters if you actually get on the ship and start the voyage. That voyage doesn't happen in one giant leap. It's built on small actions, repeated daily. This is the final secret that many people overlook. Success is not built in a day. It's built daily. Many people fail because they expect massive results overnight. They chase shortcuts looking for instant success, only to be disappointed when it doesn't happen. But the truth is small, consistent, deliberate actions create the biggest transformations. Progress may seem slow at first, but those who make daily improvements, even if it's just one small step, achieve incredible results over time. The key to long-term success is developing the right habits. Success isn't about making one big move, but about the little things done consistently. This includes setting daily goals, following a productive morning routine, reading for personal growth, and taking steps toward long-term objectives. Instead of worrying about how far they still have to go, successful individuals focus on what they can do today to move forward. Each small victory adds up, creating unstoppable momentum. Excuses are the biggest enemy of progress. There will always be reasons to delay action: fatigue, distractions, fear, or self-doubt. However, those who achieve great things learn to push through discomfort and take control of their time. They understand that discipline, not motivation, is what drives results. Motivation fades, but disciplined habits create lasting success. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They act despite challenges. A year from now, your life will either be better or the same. The difference will be the choices you make each day. Imagine if every day you included just one meaningful action toward success. Reading 10 pages of a book, working out for 30 minutes, practicing a skill, or making one important connection. Over time, these small efforts compound, leading to extraordinary results. You don't have to waste another year waiting for change. The choice to grow, take action, and commit to progress is always available. The only question is, will you take it? Start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment or permission from anyone. Your transformation begins now. Take one action today that moves you closer to your vision. Make today count, because it's the first step of your incredible journey. Don't waste another year. Make this one your best ever.